If you've ever felt like your Fanny could be more efficient, this video is for you. I'm coaching a lifetime member with decent mechanics, but his decision-making flow often slows him down. Let's fix that. As you can see, this is a mythic game and he actually started pretty well. He started with purple buff and poised to invade. Now this is a very good use of the back and forth cables and you can actually see its power. What I suggest you do here is recall back to base so that you can get your orange camp, or you steal the green camp, which is the beetle. Then gank top lane afterwards. Despite all of that, you drew first blood and took the enemy red buff, so it's a win. Okay, this is good. He cleared his jungle, the enemy didn't even bother to invade, and we have the turtle. It's very good timing. Novaria did a good job in pushing mid lane, and as you're doing the turtle, Bane is defending mid. So he won't be able to contest this turtle. That means you don't have to use retry and you can reserve it so that you can invade the purple buff. That might be too aggressive, but your team is leading, so you can afford to do that. And you can actually check if he has purple or not. Wonderful cables, simple and on point. Okay, this is good. Back to farming right after and secured your own red buff. Okay, what he did next is good since the enemy marksman killed our marksman, so always seek for an exchange. That way you ensure that the enemy marksman is not getting too far ahead. Okay, so far he kept two parties in check, the enemy jungler and enemy marksman. Okay, well done with the 4 cables there. Here I wouldn't consider ganking Zask because he has a means of escape and you don't have your ultimate yet. So while waiting for the cooldown, you're better off going to the green camp to the right of mid, which you would have cleared it by now if you went there right after you went out of base. Item wise, it's much better to get the Fury Hammer first at least before going for the Sea Halberd. Okay, macro wise, I would get this green camp, the Golem, first before going after the enemy. Firstly, you don't have vision, and second, you don't have allies nearby to back you up. Micro wise, here's what you can do. Okay, I want you to recreate that in practice mode. You could set up the Layla bots like this and give them defensive items so that they don't die easily. First of all, if you're standing here, take note of the exit points. We got one here and another one here. You can cable to these points if needed and just make sure you have enough energy. First, you can activate no cooldown so that you have unlimited energy. Next, you need to figure out your go-to combinations in this area. You can actually do whatever you want as long as you have flow. And you can start alternating these 2 cable maneuvers. I know it's tempting, but don't go for freestyle yet. You just need to have simple combinations that you can rely on. And here's the most important thing, after you figure out your combos, practice them in regular energy. Turn off the only energy mode. And once your energy is almost gone, cable to one of the exit points. Okay, back to the game. First of all, well done with the 6 cables from the base to the red. Okay, I get why he would go to the turtle because the enemy jungler is dead along with 2 other enemies. But there's just this one surprise who is D-Roth, and the way to deal with him is if you just dodge his ultimate, you'll be fine. Alright, well done to Nyx. This is a much better engagement than the previous 2, one with Zask and the one with Davy Jones. This is getting dangerous though. His HP is getting low, and if the enemy decided to contest, they might be able to take the turtle by force. Nevertheless, he was able to secure the turtle, get his red buff and purple buff right after. Okay, let's watch this next team fight. Okay, that was a very good team fight. After that, you could have gone for the green camp here, the Golem, before TPing back to base. Just a tiny optimization. Alright, well done for consistently hitting those cables to exit the base. This is okay, poking with 3 cable reverse. But this is dangerous. You don't have any minions and the enemy has minions. Energy-wise, it's not good. And if they manage to catch you mid-air, they don't have much CC, but Dirot Spectre's step, his dash, would be able to stop you mid-air. Okay, well done for recognizing the opportunity to steal the purple buff. Here it's almost 8 minutes and this turtle could have turned into the Lord if your team just waited, but I guess you have no choice because Chang'e is already attacking the turtle. What you can do there is ping retreat non-stop, and then if she listens, that's good. If not, then still okay. Now let's watch this team fight. That's a very good engagement, but for a long time your team is not able to break through, and the Lord would really help in this situation. But since Chang'e initiated that fight with the turtle, you have to wait for a few more minutes before you can actually get the Lord. For the meantime, he took the enemy red and purple buffs. Well, at least your team got one turret and it's at the top lane. Alright, there are times like this when we don't know what to do and we're just wandering around. If you find yourself in this situation, you just need to ask yourself 2 questions. First, are there any objectives you can pursue, like the turret or the Lord or the nearest jungle camp? And second, are there stray enemy heroes that I can quickly kill without overcommitting? Okay, let's recreate that in practice mode. You were in Layla's range before you cabled in, so she got a few shots on you. So instead of initiating from this point, it's much better if you initiate from the enemy's blind spot. When you went in, you only used 1 cable and this gave them time to react and attack you. So use double cables instead because it's much faster and they have less time to react. And finally, let's optimize your go-to combo in that area. In the original combo, that's 1, 2, 3 spins on Layla before ulting. You can experiment with combo ideas, but here's one that I think is much efficient and gives you 2 extra spins. So in summer, we start from the blind spot and then cable in with 2 cables to be faster, and this should give us 1 spin, cable to the wall for the second spin, and then ultimate. First kill for a 3rd spin and cable to the wall again for the 4th spin, and then cable away, and that's the 5th spin. So 2 extra spins, which should be enough to burst down Layla. If you do this exercise enough times, then you'll be able to know exactly what to do in certain situations. Okay, now let's look at this sequence. Okay, right here's an opportunity to win the game. The enemy is wiped out. There's a clear path towards the enemy base from top lane. There's no more turrets guarding the base, and your minions are already marching. If you just push then and there's a chance that you might be able to end the game right away. But I get that you didn't do that because the enemies might be respawning and you have low HP. So what I suggest in situations like that, just go push and only back out when the enemy actually respawn and defends. Now in the late game, your number 1 target is just their damage dealer. In this case, it's Layla, because if you dive in for any other hero, she might just be sitting at the back free hitting you, and that's what happened here. Conversely, if you or your team will be able to eliminate her, it will be easier to wipe out the enemy. Anyways, Nyx did well in this game, and if ever you want to master Fanny, I made an ultimate Fanny guide just for you. So watch this video, click the link and see you there.